It can be an almost insurmountable task to be true to yourself when your very personhood is invalidated or shamed or threatened. Women have always been invalidated and shamed and threatened just for being ourselves. Bold, curious, opinionated, self-actualized women have been labeled bitches and witches and worse from the beginning of time. You can go all the way back to bold and curious Eve in the garden. Or you can go back to the Egyptian texts to find references to women's so-called mental disorders that included symptoms like lack of control and extravagant feelings. And the ancient Greeks, they proposed that a large percent of women had mental illness and that their madness was derived from a refusal to honor the phallus, and that caused an affliction called uterine melancholy. So sad. And the cure, the Persian physician Melampus is quoted as saying, women should be treated with the herb hellebore and then urged to join carnally with several strong men. Thus they will be healed and recover their wits. Hippocrates, the founder of Western medicine, first coined the term hysteria from hystera, which is Greek for uterus, believing that women's wombs moved throughout their bodies, inducing what he called uterine fury, which, hello, of course they were furious. You try being a woman in ancient Persia or Greece, or later in Victorian Europe and America, where male doctors tried to cure female hysteria by using an electromechanical medical instrument, also known as a vibrator, to induce hysterical paroxysm, also known as an orgasm. And if that didn't work, the doctors would apply high-pressure douches. And all of this was to rid women, and I'm going to quote here from several texts from the early 1800s. This was done to rid the woman of her, quote, hysterical emotions, frustrated weeping, excessive or lack of sexual desire, they couldn't make up their mind, excessive vaginal lubrication, general irritability, inability to conceive a child or fulfill proper mothering duties, and a tendency to cause trouble, end quote. In some cases, a woman demonstrating these symptoms might be forced to enter an insane asylum or to undergo surgical hysterectomy. The American Psychiatric Association dropped the term female hysteria in 1950, but replaced it with the more Freudian term hysterical neurosis, which was not dropped from the DSM until 1980. And even today, this theory of pathological uterine fury follows us, demeans us, causes us to doubt ourselves and to silence ourselves. But I see changes afoot. I see bold women everywhere taking what used to be called a tendency to cause trouble and changing it to a tendency to change the world.